How's it going, everyone? Um, so just want to give a little late night dive into more or less the general market as a whole. Um, so first off, we're going to start this out with UNH. So this is where a lot of the money is right now. So it's definitely one to be trading. Um, Now, whether it's money coming out, coming in, I mean, you make money both ways. So this, as a whole, is screaming some type of ABC. So, what I mean by that is it's simple. It's just two structured looks that pretty much just look the same and they almost have the same measurements. So, this is what you typically see in a three wave. So, say if you did this one, you pulled from the high of that one, the C wave's always your more extensive move. Okay. Technically, it'd be around this level. That would have been your actual target, but it went down further, which, if you pulled fibs, you could see that's where the bottom was. Um, Now, leading up to this, so with this ABC being a three like this, which is actually an overextension inside of a three, which meaning by that, so this is the bigger scale setup, right? You have up here, remember that ABC that I just showed you right here, correct? So look right here. When the start of UNH fall, you had that same move. A, B, C, and sorry if I'm off screen a little bit here, guys. So you see as a whole the A, B, C. I call these a ABC S curve. That's just it's not necessarily what it's called, but that's just always what I've called it. Okay, so this would say, hey, we're in a three. That's what's the completion of the three. Then you had the consolidation. Now, the big question to what my eyes see, how this did not come very much lower than the previous low. This right here, if you inverse, you see this J shape, but what I call them is a half a J shape. Um, it's when those J shapes don't fully extend and give the actual J. So, like, say if it was a fifth leg, this would be more, it wouldn't have had any green here. It would have just kept falling, correct? So, what that tells me is this is just an overextension. Now, this is macro. So, this was your macro three. Here's your overextended three. So, now what I am expecting is a fourth leg. So, what I want to see on UNH is just, it's going to be either a really fun trader trying to play supply and demand for the next, I'd give it, typically a fourth wave, sometimes it's half of the extension, the time wise, of your uh, third leg, typically, sometimes, most of the times, double the size of your second. Uh, it can vary. So, but fourth waves are your most corrective phase, and they're difficult, but they're very fun. Now, so what I'm looking at, all I want is a couple of months of consolidating upwards, just up and down. I'm talking, you could, like tomorrow, say you could hit 261. You come back down, you make another, some type of test, break up, keep doing this, yada, yada, yada. And then you have an A, and then you have some type of B down here. And then you do the same thing again, right? Just continue, get up to 300. So when this gets back to 300, this is when you want to start looking at some long-term puts. Um, this would be some type of macro 4, and you can see it would be an A, B, C like extension, and it could go higher than 300. It could. I'm not saying it's not going to. It's just I want this to be a fourth, is all I'm saying, before finally getting that fifth leg down. Sorry, the fifth leg, something like this, correct? So this would be that type of distributional like setup. Okay, it's just a supply test. liquidity sweep, boom. I mean, over time, if this is a fifth leg, I mean, I want to see sub 150s, in my opinion. Now, do we have to look at the macro outlook? No. We can trade it. I mean, we just follow the price action every day. That's going to be how we make our money here. I mean, like I said, I want to see 261 tomorrow. Now we're going to be watching for a rejection, or if that breaks through that. I mean, if it breaks 261, then we look at 278, and maybe then come back down to retest this 261, 264 level. There's multiple possibilities, but we'll just see what the day gives us. So leading past UNH, we can go to, let's check out SPY. So this looks slightly concerning, but not fully. As of now, I mean, it technically looks like a retest. Now that I'm actually looking at it. Now, can we see 626? Of course. Can we see 622? Maybe. Now, in a bullish case, you wouldn't want to lose 626, right? So if you do start getting below 622, then I think you're going to have some serious problems here. Not serious, but some expect a pullback. You do have a level down here at 604. It's not. I mean, that makes sense. You got a gap down towards 600, which I was looking at this. What was it? I mean, this is your top of demand right here. This makes the most sense, right? 610. That's where, if I was looking to go long, it would be at 610. Just my personal opinion. But as of now, we have to treat demand as demand. Tomorrow has a little bit of importance to it too. I mean, what's going to happen? Because there will be a big trade coming up. I'm sorry, I'm way off screen, guys. But yeah, tomorrow, let's see what happens here. Like I said, we're gonna watch 626, 622. Man, this just doesn't look like a bullish, but that's so difficult. Hey, this is bull and bear. Yeah, I mean we're one day away from decision here. Tomorrow it's gonna be fun. All right, leading on. Let's go to Tesla. And I do have kids, y'all, so work with me if they do, kind of. Okay, so Tesla. A couple things I'm watching here. So first off, I was looking at Tesla, and when it comes to Tesla, I get very deep into it. Now, this right here is one thing that concerns me with Tesla, this curvature. And this is the inversion of this chart. So I'm just looking at this as an inversion. So as you guys know before, I did say I wanted an extension down for a C leg, right? And that would be the completion of that fourth leg. Well, so we can do this there's so many ways. Like, it's just deciding, hey, is it accumulation or is it distribution? Now, right here, I do see an impulse. Okay, but what concerns me the most with Tesla is how this was almost acting as a fifth, but this also can be leading to, like I said on UNH, an overextension as well. So was this the fifth, or was this the overextension with the macro 4? Now, this 4, this is the problem that worries me here. This 4 is way more than half the time of that 3. This is taking too long. That kind of is starting to tell me that tomorrow we open below 306, we test this upper imbalance, and down we go. It's not a very healthy look to me. Just from how Tesla is. I mean, everybody, if you look on Twitter, everybody's saying it's going to go up. I mean, it's back a few months ago on Twitter, I posted that I wanted, it was like a 320, no, it was some retest. Where was it? One second, guys. So when we was down here, let's see, that's another problem here. It's very tricky, very tricky. It's almost done, but so here's one thing. There's an imbalance over here at 386 to 390. Okay. Then you have the possibility of a C correction. But is it an actual, is this just say, hey, a 1 on the macro? Like, there's so many outcomes that this could have. It's almost to the end of the cycle. That way we can actually really start trading it. But until it finishes this cycle, which I do believe is tomorrow, I think this cycle is done. Then we can make a lot of money here. Yeah, I mean, this is a big focus tomorrow, guys. Tesla. It's honestly going to depend on, hey, do we open below 306, or hey, do we open above 308? So the main thing that makes me think it also is going down the monthly. So let me show you something here. This is what I was watching the whole month to see if we created a macro imbalance. So what we're going to do, we're just going to mark that macro imbalance, correct? So it's from 317.64 down to 308. Okay. So this is that level that 80%, I'd say even 90% of the time, imbalances fell. And sorry, guys, my daughter is being loud. They fell most of the time. Okay. We've already got the test of this imbalance. This candle right here opened below this candle, this previous candle. So if we opened up above 308, I'll be like, oh, we're good. 100%. It's going back at least to 336, maybe even higher. Okay. But with that imbalance being right there, that's a wall. That's a pure freaking wall for Tesla. And sorry if it's, I know my focus on this thing is off. Anyways, with this being a rejection of that imbalance, I mean, it's going to tell us tomorrow, 100%. But then we could see 264, and if we lose 264, this is a C leg extension, which could eventually put it down to 200. So, going to be an important month for Tesla. I mean, this candle right here is going to tell us everything, just from this imbalance being here. Does this month close over that imbalance? Maybe. Does it wick off right now and start the month fall? That's what we're looking for. So another one we can look at. Let's see here. We can check out QQQ. So one thing that really concerns me with the QQQ right here is this candle. So you almost have the three white soldiers. It's a little under, but usually they're about the same size. But I mean, that's give or take with these wicks. But this candle, it's inside. Is this month just gonna bounce between 549 and 565? That's a strong possibility. This month's going to be it's going to be a piss you off type of month in my opinion. It's I don't know, unless we lose these levels, just mark your zones there, 549 and 564. I mean, that's what you're looking to break. If you get over them, go for it. I mean, until then, I wouldn't. Yes, we do have some puts, but just from what the 2 hour did today, it shows that it's going to go down. Um, but yeah, we can look at what some targets are tomorrow. So, with this being okay, so here was our breakdown. You also had a big supply test right here that failed. So, instantly create a new supply. You had this zone over here that this is what I was watching to see if it broke this. You can see the box range over here, and hopefully you can see that. Sorry guys. So you had this box range right here. When it comes to these boxes, I always mark them on the body of the candle, typically from the where it stops on the second candle. When falling, you always want to really mark that first candle, and this can change depending on hourly or like time frames as well. So like say if I go over the 2 hour, like you see this isn't there, the one we marked, but the bigger one is there because that's a 2 hour time frame. This is the one I was watching to get the validation on. 2 hours is usually the best in my opinion. I don't. Sometimes you can't trust 1 hours. So, oh man, interesting. So there is a little spot right here. That's interesting. Very interesting there. Yeah, let's. So tomorrow, what you want to see is open below 557.12. I think it did fall in after. Yeah, it did. It did. And I do believe it is below this currently. So if we open below 557.12, you hold on because that's some issue going down. Uh, if it opens above 558.16, then or maybe even come down to 556.83. So these are another couple levels here. Yeah, well, let's see what happens here tomorrow. We'll know whether to get out or not here in the morning time. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. If we look at the bigger picture, though, this just looks like a sea leg extension, in my opinion. Um, I think it leads down to that 545. That's what I'm hoping to see. I mean, this just looks very corrective. You know, say A, B, and come a little lower than that. C. Okay, that's what I could expect. Now, after that, let's see. And this could just be some type of. I don't know 100% yet. We gotta see tomorrow's reaction. But that's about it for right now, guys. And we'll see y'all guys in the morning. Y'all have a good night.